Hello, fellow food lovers. Today I will be making Chinese lemon chicken. You will need 2 chicken breasts, boneless. For the batter, you need 1 cup white flour, 1.5 teaspoon baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1 cup of water. For the lemon sauce, you'll need 1 cup of water, 1/2 cup of vinegar, a 1/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay, so I got some chicken breasts here. So for each chicken breast, so actually there's a little chicken tender under there I can remove. I'll use that for something else. But for each chicken breast, you're going to make it into 2 fillets each. So I'm going to take the side of the cleaver, I'm going to whack the chicken breast so I can flatten it a bit. And then I'm going to cut it across into 2 halves. Like that. So I'll do it with the second chicken breast as well. And there you go, 4 fillets. So I'm going to make the batter now. So I'm going to take 1 cup of white flour. I'm going to take 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to start with 1 cup of water for that. Sometimes 1 cup of water works, sometimes you need to add a little bit more. So you want a thick batter, you don't want a thin batter. If you have a too thin of a batter, then the batter won't stick to the chicken when you're deep frying it. So sometimes when you add a cup of water, it'll be more like a paste. So yeah, so that looks like a bit like a paste. You want to make it into a batter, a thick batter. So add a little bit more water to that. Okay, so that's a really good batter right there. Not too thin. The thicker the batter, the better, without it being a paste. Okay, so I have a wok half filled with oil. So it's on high heat right now. So to test to see if the oil is hot enough, you would take a wooden chopstick and you dip it in the oil. And if bubbles form around the chopstick, it means it's ready to go. Okay, so the oil's hot enough. I'm going to give the batter one final stir. I'm going to take a fillet of chicken and I'm going to dip it both sides in the batter. Drop it into the oil. I'll do it with the second fillet. So with this size of a wok, generally you can fry 2 fillets at a time, so I'll do 2 batches. So you want to turn it over at least once during the frying process. You want to cook, make sure that both sides are browned properly. So usually after I drop the drop the chicken fillet into the oil, I'll fry it for about 3 minutes, and then I'll turn it over and then fry it on the other side for 3 minutes. And then it should be done after that. So they look pretty golden brown, so you can take them out. And we're going to put the next two fillets in. Okay, so I took the last two fillets out. They're done. Now we're going to make the lemon sauce. So I usually recycle the oil that I deep fry things in the wok with. So I'll put it through a sieve and put it into an oil container. And then I washed the wok. I heated it up on high heat. And then I'm making the lemon sauce now. So I added 1 cup of water, half cup of vinegar, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Again, so that's 1 cup of water, half a cup of vinegar, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Then we're going to bring that to a boil. So while we're waiting for the sauce to boil, we're going to make the cornstarch slurry. So we're going to put 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch into a bowl. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of water to that. And give that a mix. Make sure that the cornstarch is dissolved in the water. Okay, so the sauce has come to a boil. We're going to give the cornstarch a stir, and then we're going to pour it into the sauce, and we'll give it a stir. If you find that the sauce is still too thin, make another batch of cornstarch slurry. So I found it was too thin, so I made a second batch. So another tablespoon of cornstarch with a 1/4 cup of water. And now it looks like the sauce is the perfect consistency. It's much thicker now. Okay, so we're gonna prep the dish now. I'm gonna take each fillet. I'm gonna cut into 4 to 5 pieces. Transfer that into a serving plate. Okay, so that's all plated up. We're going to pour some of that lemon sauce over it. So you just want to put a couple of ladles of the sauce over the chicken fillet. So you don't want to pour the whole thing over. That'd be just too much. Just so that they're all covered evenly. Just like that. Okay, there you have it. That's Chinese lemon chicken. This is the way it's done usually in Canadian Chinese restaurants. Done like a fillet cut up into pieces. Some places will make lemon chicken where the chicken is actually like a chicken ball, and then they'll have the lemon sauce on the side or on top of it. Okay, bon appetit.